Yeah, I've one again on coal, and so I call it that reports on coal's death have been greatly exaggerated, and it specifically is about China, because China has been picking up coal production and coal consumption in 2018 over 2017. And so just to give some perspective on this, just the consumption increase that China featured over the last 2 years is enough to wipe out any retirements that Germany is aiming at for the year 2038. So just a little picking up in the economic performance of China over a short period of time is much more important than anything like Germany can do on this. And so there are a lot of signs that this is a continuing trend in China. So just last year, it was revealed that some significant capacity of coal is actually under construction right now. And so the economic projections aren't that good for the near future, but long term, it seems to be at least stable, if not picking up, with coal consumption in China. And and they are also financing a lot of coal projects all over the world, including Africa and parts of Asia and so on. So my take on this is, one, it would be a good idea for the German coal industry to actually export some high quality American coal to these places in the near future. Like, even if America switches to natural gas by force, essentially, but maybe also because of better economics of natural gas, it's still good to have American miners at work and the American coal industry benefit from what's happening in these developing countries. And so that's a trend in China.
Okay, I think we covered just about 8 stories today, which is definitely a record. I guess it goes a lot more quickly when I don't have a long opening segment. So I hope everybody enjoyed the different topics today, or at least some of them. Any final thoughts that either of you have?
So my perspective on Germany is that it won't happen as advertised, because it will be impossible to retire so much coal and so much reliable energy until that date. So I'm not as worried as someone might be, but it will still be going to hurt. But as a pollution debate shows, if it hurts, there will be a debate, and people will recognize the damage from this.
I mean, my only thought is that, I just think when you're approaching the news stories, whether it's any of the things that we've covered, and you're approaching it from a pro-human flourishing and pro-human freedom perspective, like, the world just looks a lot different than when you are trapped in the context that we're actually, like, most people are reading the news in, which is just, you're totally focused on not the human need for energy, but like all of these catastrophes, and then how we're being saved by people whose contribution is to ban the best form of energies and promise us, a future that they can't prove and haven't delivered.
Yeah, and one thing is you're talking about how it changes the way you look at the world. There's a huge contradiction between how people are supposed to look at the world as portrayed by the media and then how they experience the world. Because the way people experience the world is mostly that the problem that they face is just that they want to improve their lives, increase the amount of opportunity they have, and they want to live in a world that maximizes that opportunity, which gives them an opportunity to create a lot and an opportunity to consume a lot, including to have a lot of productivity and comfort made possible by energy. And climate is a background issue. It's an issue where if they have the opportunity, if they have the resources, they're plenty able to deal with climate 99.999% of the time. And even when they're not, then you have things like insurance and other things that can protect you. So it's a problem when the whole focus of the society is not on really maximizing opportunity and benefit, but on just whatever we can do to serve this goal of not changing the climate. And unfortunately, all of the people who are claiming to be the leaders of this goal of not changing the climate, they're passing policies that will dramatically restrict opportunity, and that are already dramatically restricting people's opportunity when they don't realize it. So that's a lot of the reason why we have this show, because on this show, what we're trying to do is we're trying to identify energy policies that advance human flourishing, where that is the priority. And we look at everything from that perspective, and we try to think as carefully as possible about the benefits and costs of different policies and technologies from the perspective of human flourishing. And we hope that you find this illuminating and that you use it and promote it as well.